Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. Looks like we're seeing quite a bit of an uptick in the precious metal prices, and they're actually reacting as we would expect them to, considering what's going on in the markets. Let's explore from this article from CNBC. Yes, this is, I like to sometimes pull information out from different sources and not usually the same type of places. This was on CNBC, but a source from Reuters, and to kind of see what the markets are and how people are perceiving them to be, considering, either mainstream. We all understand what gold and silver are and how they can protect us, but you might be surprised. So I want to get it from a source that's not necessarily pro precious metals. But let's take here. It says gold rises to highest levels since mid-2018 on global growth woes. Gold prices climbed to a fresh 6.5-month peak, moving closer to the key $1,300 an ounce level on Thursday as concerns about an economic slowdown gripped global markets and fueled demand for safe haven bullion. Spot gold gained 0.42% to $1,290. 0.20, that's $1,290.20 per ounce at 150. That was early in the afternoon, having earlier touched $1292.32, its highest since June 15th. Gold futures settled $10.70 higher at $1,294.80. Gold is overbought on most measures and needs to consolidate, but with the speculative long since building, the market will be looking for $1,300 sooner than expected, Saxo Bank analyst Ole Hansen said. If the fourth quarter theme of lower dollar stocks and yields carries on, gold is likely to break higher and set its sight on previous high around $1,380. Gold briefly paired some gains earlier in the session after data showed U.S. private payrolls increased by the most in nearly 2 years in December. So that being said, with the this target of $1,380 is near kind of what I had predicted by the end of the year. It didn't happen, but going on, it says they gave stocks a small lift, but not enough to trigger profit taking in gold, Hansen said about the payroll increases from the last two in December for the last increases over the past couple of months here. A rare warning by Apple on revenue rocked financial markets on Thursday amid the backdrop of worries over slowing global economic and corporate growth. That's right, Apple was blaming China for their woes and also tariffs and the trade wars between China and the United States. Gold is traditionally considered a safe investment during times of uncertainty, and weakness in the U.S. dollar has added to demand for the precious metal by making it cheaper for holders of other currencies. Gold denominated in sterling peaked at 1,031.89 pounds an ounce during the day, its highest since September 8, 2017, while in euro terms, it rose to 1,137.47 euros, highest since June 9th of 2017. The performance of gold and other currencies than the U.S. dollar is driven by the performance of their currencies versus the dollar, said Julius Baer analyst Karsten Menke. We see the gold market in a longer-term recovery driven by a combination of normalization of market sentiment, a weakening U.S. dollar, and returning investment demand. Reflective of increased interest in bullion holdings, a special drawing rights gold trust, the world's largest gold-backed exchange-traded fund, rose to 795.31 tons, their highest since August of last year. Recent market volatility has confirmed that the gold remains a safe haven asset, and the yellow metal helps to reduce volatility in a portfolio, says Giovanni Stonovo, an analyst at UBS. Gold prices have behaved as you would expect during the recent period of uncertainty, rising as expectations of Fed tightening next year have been cut sharply, and equities have sold off. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out with the Fed and what the Fed chair is going to do. What kind of statements are going to come from these next couple of meetings. This goes on to say the markets will be looking for clues on U.S. interest rates after Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell meets former Fed chairs Janet Yellen and Ben Bernanke on Friday, as expectations rise that the Fed might end its rate hiking cycle, and I hope they do. My view is they should not have raised the rates in December. I think that would have calmed the markets amid some of the other activity going on, although what we're hearing today is about instability and around the world economically. They're not performing quite as well, and I think that's having an effect on the markets. Among the precious metals, palladium gained 0.54% to $1261.80 an ounce, while platinum rose 0.23 cents to $796.20 per ounce. And platinum might be the metal to watch in 2019. I know I've heard some. We've been watching these markets, and it's not moved a whole lot with all of this going on, but yet demand has been increasing, according to some sources. We'll explore that possibly in a different video. Silver rose 0.95% to $15.66 an ounce after rising to its highest level since July 17th of last year. So let's take a look at the gold prices as of the recording of this video, and we can see where they lie. Gold's at $12.94, 82 right now, scrolling at the top. Platinum is at $12.70.50. Palladium is at $12.70.50, and then platinum is at $800, so it's gone up. And here it's showing $803. Very interesting indeed. Let's actually take a look at the platinum price chart, because I think this is fascinating. I think palladium is really riding the wave that platinum once did. It's kind of taken over. It is a rare metal for sure, but we can see here where these prices are, and let's see if we can see any charts. It doesn't look like they're showing any charts here. But nonetheless, it is fascinating to see where things are popping up here. Live platinum prices. Let's see if we can get some. There it is in different currencies, movement. But nonetheless, I think platinum will be the metal to watch in the coming year. And gold and silver, I believe, will continue to stay the course in these volatile times in the markets and continue to go up in price. But it may be a slow movement. We may have times where the metals may pull back a bit, but then increase as we see the stock market continue to be volatile. And by the way, the volatility in the other direction as a good measure, I think we may not see the smackdown of gold and silver that we saw last year when the markets have done well, because now it's we're in a volatile market. And so good news in the markets may not reflect with gold and silver prices. We already saw that happen once. Before. I posted about that in a prior video. Nonetheless, there it is. It's interesting to see, and it'll be interesting to see the battle between palladium and platinum. I do think there is some potential with platinum, and palladium could possibly normalize or stabilize in this. But we'll see what happens. Gold is very close to that $1,300 mark, and I think once it reaches $1,300, I think that that'll be the end of the 1200s for quite a while, in my opinion. Post your thoughts below about these events here today with the markets and with gold rising up and silver following suit. Silver is not to be discounted at this point. I think that it's going to ride along with gold for a myriad of reasons, for sure. If as much as a commodity as it is as money, as we understand it to be, and as a safe haven asset. Post your thoughts below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to y'all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, and
subscribe.